Since 1963, the United States has endured over 20 assassinations or attempts, from the heartbreak of JFK and MLK to Reagan's close call. These moments have torn at our nation's soul, amplifying division. And now, in 2025, we've been dealt another devastating blow. Charlie Kirk, shot down in his prime at a live event. So hang tight as we dive into this tragic event and see if we can paint the full picture.
Welcome to Planet Dawson, the wildest place on earth. Out of this world, a little bit of fun doesn't hurt.
That's me. What's going on, guys? It's Dawson. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Go ahead and hit that like button and also subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Look, I am by no means a huge Charlie Kirk fan. I'm not really sure what all the guy stood for, but I do know that his death was a pivotal moment in US politics, and it's sparking a lot of outrage. It's a stark reminder that every voice is precious and everyone is owed their own opinion. So today we're going to be walking through the events that led to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I just want to give my utmost respect and love to Charlie Kirk's family and anybody that is affected by this tragedy, as it is horrible. I can't imagine. So, who was Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk was a fierce force in the conservative world. Born in 1993, he was a force of nature, co-founding Turning Point USA straight out of high school at 18 years old. He turned into a powerhouse, firing up young conservatives at campuses nationwide with his unapologetic passion. A rock-solid Trump ally, often cited for his pivotal role in helping Trump get in office, Charlie was a master at debating. For example, the 1v20 battles where he would take on a sea of students. Viewers were often hooked on his bold vision for limited government and personal empowerment. Charlie would go around to campuses around the United States and offer corrigible debates with anyone who had the kahunas to talk with him. In addition to his fierce viewpoints, he also had the Charlie Kirk Show. Heartbreakingly, he leaves behind his wife Erica and his 2 children. So let's take a look at that day and find out exactly what happened. September 10th, 2025 at around 8:29 a.m. at Utah Valley University, the launch spot for Charlie's American Comeback Tour. It's a beautiful day outside and students are gathering for the kickoff at noon. The suspect rolls up in a gray Dodge Challenger and parks inconspicuously. The time is now noon, so showtime. The Lucy Center stage lights up and Charlie is doing what he does best, debating students and anyone who is willing to come up there and debate him. Debating issues like mass shootings and transgender violence data. Charlie's family is sitting somewhere in the front row, and what looks like hundreds if not thousands of students and people gathered around the stage to watch the event. By 12:22 p.m., the suspect is on the roof, 142 yards out, going prone with a 30-06 Mauser M98 rifle. In chilling cell phone footage, the suspect can be seen on the rooftop. At 12:23 p.m., mid-debate on transgender topics, a single shot rang out, hitting Charlie in the neck. This shot hitting Charlie in a major artery would prove to be a fatal blow. Chaos explodes with screams and people diving for cover. Tons of cell phone footage captured the whole incident on camera, unfiltered and raw. Attendees can be seen panicked and confused. With Charlie rapidly losing blood, there was a rush for aid in hopes that they could save his life. The suspect can be seen getting up and running off to the side of the building, and then in CCTV footage he can be seen jumping off of the roof. After that, he vanishes into the woods, where he ditches the rifle. Charlie can be seen carried by multiple individuals and put in the back of an SUV, where he was rushed to Timpanogos Regional Hospital. Doctors would try everything they could to save his life, but it was too late. The damage was already done. Amidst the chaos, an old man can be seen on cell phone footage being detained by police and saying, "I have the right to remain silent," as well as "shoot me, shoot me, shoot me," or something to that effect.
How dare you! How dare you! How dare you!
I don't know. He said he shot him, but I don't know, dude.
Although this guy would turn out not to be the actual shooter. The reason for why he said these things are unclear. I guess people just make really weird decisions during traumatic incidents. By 12:37 p.m., the campus is on full lockdown. At 2:40 p.m., Trump would post to Truth Social announcing the death of Charlie Kirk. and with videos of the incident flooding the internet, with most people offering their condolences and speaking up about how horrible this incident is, as well as the political state of the United States, and the other half celebrating the violence and celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. This stark contrast of reactions has caused lots of divide in the recent week. The next day, on 9/11, ironically enough, the day where 24 years ago the United States suffered the biggest terrorist attack on, US soil, the FBI would blast photos of CCTV footage of the suspect in hopes that somebody would come forward with answers on who it was, offering a $100,000 reward. The rifle is recovered in the woods with the shell casings etched with weird anti-fascist memes and gaming nods. Helldivers, I guess. It's some sort of twisted memento, I don't know. Memorials bloomed with flowers, and in a lot of places, the American flag can be seen flown at half-staff. And after a 33-hour manhunt on September 12th, the suspect's father recognized him through images released by law enforcement. The father then spoke to a youth pastor who called the U.S. Marshals. Afterwards, he persuaded his son to turn himself in. From there, he is held without bail at Utah County Jail. And at a press conference, an FBI spokesperson said that they were fully confident that they had the right individual in custody. So who was the shooter? The suspect, Tyler Robinson, was 22 years old and from St. George, Utah. He was grinding through an electrical apprenticeship at Dixie Tech. Tyler was raised in conservative Mormon life. His parents GOP registered, though church involvement faded lately. Word is, at a family dinner, they vented about Charlie spreading hate. Investigators peg him leaning left, a twist from his upbringing. Tyler shared a life with his transgender partner, Lance Twiggs, who is also 22, transitioning from male to female. Lance was floored and teamed up with the FBI, handing over gun-related text. The FBI and authorities are still investigating more to better paint a picture of the motive of why this occurred. Although from everything we've learned so far, Tyler Robinson had a strong hate for Charlie Kirk and likely disagreed with his political viewpoints, especially those on transgender people. So what is the aftermath of all of this? The implications of this tragedy have been massive. Trump mandated that all flags be flown half-staff until September 14th, and even awarding Charlie a posthumous award for the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Widespread outrage across social media came out in droves, with many politicians casting their condolences to the family and calling a stop to the political violence. On the other side of that, there was tons of hate, people celebrating the assassination of Charlie. And some of these odd celebrations even cost a lot of people their jobs.
Fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my fucking job! Now I have nothing but this! I have nothing but this website! I have nothing anymore! I have nothing! I have nothing anymore! I have nothing anymore! I have nothing anymore! I have nothing anymore! Ah! 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 Ah!
Charlie's widow Erica would release a tear-jerking speech in which she blasts evildoers, vowing that Turning Point marches on.
Good evening, my name is Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband. Charlie always said that when he was gone, he wanted to be remembered for his courage and for his faith. And one of the final conversations that he had on this earth, my husband witnessed for his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Now and for all eternity, he will stand at his Savior's side, wearing the glorious crown of a martyr. Charlie loved his children, and he loved me with all of his heart, and I knew that. Every day I knew that. He made sure I knew that every day. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die.
This tragedy has totally shook up social media and caused a huge political outroar. So there you go. I tried to paint this picture as best I could, and if I missed anything, I do apologize. I just wanted to take this moment to say that political violence has no place in the United States. And regardless of what side you are on this issue, nobody, and I mean nobody, should be killed for their opinion. We live in a country where we're fortunate enough to have freedom of speech. You can express yourself and say whatever you want to say, and that's beautiful. You shouldn't have to worry about being harmed or losing your life for that. And while Charlie may have had some viewpoints that not everybody agreed with, he never condoned violence and would debate with anybody, regardless of who they were or what their opinion was. Charlie was a brilliant debater and a super smart guy when it came to conveying his viewpoints and challenging other people's as well. And while his style was pretty cutthroat, he did this while offering respect to the individuals he was debating and allowing them to have a chance for a platform and speak their mind. So the idea that we should be celebrating political assassinations is absolutely absurd in my opinion. There should be nobody celebrating this right now. If you are a citizen of the United States, this should upset you. This is what our country's coming to. We can't even have civil discourse. But in any case, that's all I got for you for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. We just hit 1,000 subscribers and I am eternally grateful for that. It's only up from here. But yeah, I'll catch you in another video. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, and my condolences go out to his family and all of his loved ones. I pray that tragedies like this never happen, but with the way things are going now, it seems inevitable. So yeah, I'll see you in another video. I'm Dawson.
How about a ghost like a phantom? I'm a white boy like Danny. Fucking that bitch, she Mandy. Feel like a savage, I'm Randy. I'ma go ghost, no Danny. 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 Hop in no whip and I'm swerving. I'm the type make your bitch nervous. I ain't never took no Xannies. Oh, I miss you call on purpose.